nationwide debate programs in Cameroonian schools as a priority reform 2026. Before I get about talking about the motion, I will define key terms in this motion. Debate. A debate is an intellectual or organized argument between two parties. That's the opposition and the proposition. Debate programs are out to enroll students, volunteers, and many more to participate in these debate competitions. Now, the priority reform here used is to improve on priorities and systems of organized organizations and countries. Now, before getting into my points, I'd like us to reflect on a particular program. The only thing that is permanent is change. But also, the only thing that can change is change. Moving now to my first point, solutions at a young age. Now, it's not everything that the government may notice, but then exposing our young citizens to these environments of debating at their younger ages in school will encourage them and will help them bring out solutions of basic nationwide problems at their young ages. An example of this would be the plastoline. Now, the plastoline is a plastic-based gas product that helps in, let me say, fueling cars. Now, this idea came initially from a debate in England. Now, these young students built up that thought from that debate and took it out. By the ages 18 and 17, they had built up the product as a prototype. Now, this will help young students and also help the nation. Why? It will help the young students think more and expand their probabilities and help the nation see mistakes that they don't see by these young solutions being made exposed to them. My second point would be the improvement of skills. Now, the debating, organizing thing, obviously, before talking about myself, before I got into this, I was schooled. This actually is my first year debating. I was schooled and taught on how this exactly will go about. Personally, I'm not a good speaker in public. I'm sure it's even showing you. But then, the fact that it has taken me out of my comfort zone is helping me to know the real life, what the real life expects of me after this. Because yes, you cannot leave the world and, let me say, grow up to be greater if you are shy. You cannot leave the world to be greater if you cannot talk in public. Now, what can this do? It enables you to be a critical thinker, and outside critical thinking, why it should be prioritized in schools is that it can help you in the society to be able to talk more, as you have already been doing that in your younger ages in your schools. These are just one of the skills, that's public speaking. Another one may be leadership skills. Now, when you take on the responsibility of a role, as I'll put it in this debate, like the first speaker, second speaker, and understanding the role and getting to know how to use it, yes, it can help you in leadership skills. Now, when you understand the role, take that as understanding the people, the community you have to live in. Take that as expatiating or talking more and giving out products, quality products from what you've understood. A good example of this should be, most of us watch the Inside Africa program on CNN. Now, Inside Africa talks about Africans that are game changers. Most of these game changers in Kenya, for example, for example, a program I watched about the green probabilities and helping out in plants was brought out by a young 16-year-old. Yes, who he actually brought out that he's a debater. In countries like Kenya, these debate programs are brought up earlier in their schools. And now you see that countries like Kenya, their younger citizens are doing more in the world and are doing more and are exposing themselves to better understand these kind of situations. Bringing this down to my third point, yes, it will help you in real life scenarios. Why am I saying this? Being on the debate early in school, in Cameroonian colleges, and prioritizing it will help the Cameroonian citizens later on in the future in the long run. Why am I saying this? Now, for example, in job interviews, take it as the president person asking you, the person interviewing you is asking you a POI. The fact you have been debating for a longer period of time, you get to see that you can answer that strategic question in a shorter period of time with greater response and greater examples which will help you. Entrepreneurship, yes, it helps. Also, diverse perspective. Now, being a debater, yes, at a young age, it will help you have diverse perspectives. People don't think like you do. The ideas you can bring up, and somebody who has not been doing that, yes, for example, I can even compare the students, let me say, of Cameroon and the students of Kenya, for example, in last year's World Schools Debate Championship. We got to know from our fellow schoolmates that went there last year. Yes, the debating organizing committee, the debating was new to them. But for the fact that it was new to them, and the other Kenya parties had prior experience and could talk more and understand more, shows exactly that it helps them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, first speaker. We are going to call on the first speaker for side opposition to come and state the case for us. Yeah. Please do remind us your name. Unless we are ready when you are. Yes, you can. Ready?
Yes.
The time starts now.
Honorable judges, my dear proposers, and my dear teammates, good morning. My name is Jomwe Agnes Katusha, and I am here to oppose the motion this House should introduce nationwide debate programs in Cameroonian schools as a priority reform in 2026. This debate is not about whether we are refusing to introduce it's not about whether we are refusing the introduction of nationwide debate programs or not. It is about what should be taken as our priority in our society, in our country, in our nation. We acknowledge the good deeds of nationwide debate programs to our youth, but are these good deeds sufficient to take nationwide debate programs as a priority? I don't think so. And that is why I am standing here as the first speaker opposition to oppose this motion. I'll first of all start by clarifying the key terms of this motion. We have debate planning. It is the process of making plans for future debates, which is a formal discussion of an issue at a public meeting in a parliament. We have many forms of debate programs, such as the Cameroon School Debate, the World School Debate, and many others. Schools are places where individuals go to be educated. This is not only a place where children are intellectually educated, but they are also morally enlightened. Priority is a thing, a system, an idea that an individual thing is more important than any other idea, any other thing, and any other system. And he thinks he should deal with it first. Now, picture this. There is a young girl. Her dream had always been to be a doctor. She grows up and finally she arrives opposite in this year, 2026. And to her great surprise, she's seen that they are prioritizing debate programs instead of what is going to come in the GC. Let me ask you a question. What is the GC going to ask her in the paper? Are they going to ask her, tell me, can you public speak in front of people? Never. They're going to ask her definitions. They're going to ask her what she understood in her lessons. So we are not here to prioritize debate programs.
Sure.
Rejected. I first of all want to rebuke the points my dear proposers give. Your first speaker spoke about the fact that when we prioritize debate, it improves skills. What kind of skills are we speaking about here? Is it intellectual? Is it sporting? Is it public speaking? You are going too broad. Me, for example, if I am a sporting person, public speaking is not going to help me in my domain. So why will I have to emphasize on that? Why will I have to prioritize that in school? That simply makes no sense.
Yeah.
You spoke about the fact that Africans are game changers in South Africa. They're changers of what game? What game are they changing? You are not telling us whether the games that are changing are good games or bad games. We are here to grow. We are here to become people tomorrow. Yes, when we are speaking in front of you, it enables us to enlighten ourselves. It enables us to improve our skills. That is true. But should it be a sufficient reason to be prioritized in our schools? Should it be a sufficient reason to be prioritized as a lesson in school? You come in the morning, debate. At the afternoon, debate. What are you going to write? What are you going to tell to those people when you are going to meet them intellectually? Nothing. You said that it helped us later in future. The debate is about 2026. I think we should not really take the time to understand and read the motion. We are not here for future, we are here for today, now. So tell me, you for example, I don't know your class, I think there might be in upper seat or lower seat. How will it help you in this year? Tell me. I don't think you can have an actual answer to that because you did not take your time to understand this motion. We are standing here proudly to oppose the motion. We state that. Accept it. This House will introduce nationwide debate programs in Cameroonian schools as a priority reform. That is why my second and my third speakers are going to come to emphasize more on this fact. They are going to come and enlighten you more on the fact why should we prioritize other resources, why should we prioritize other subjects as compared to debate programs nationwide. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's becoming a heated debate. We are now going to call on the second speaker for side proposition to tell us why they think their side should stand. Yeah? Please, your name?
Monekia.
Okay, your time starts in 3, 2, 1.
Panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, dear audience, and everyone present here today, I greet you all. I stand today on the proposition hand to support the motion which states this House will introduce nationwide debate programs in Cameroonian schools as a priority reform in 2026. By clearly stating this point as follows, I would like to make all of you to know that opposing this motion is first of all one of the worst things to do on earth as you live. This takes me to my first point, which states it provides opportunities. I will take it to myself. This debate program has provided many opportunities. I will name them. I'm a village boy. I grew up in a village. I don't know about this type of chairs. I do not know about this type of infrastructure. I do not know. But because of debate, now I'm seeing them. That's a privilege for me. That's an opportunity. Because of this, I'm on camera. Maybe the person who even employ me in the future will see that this video and employ me. Is that not an opportunity?
You're controlling me.
Is that not a chance for me? Is that not a chance? That's a chance. Now, it also creates opportunities. How? Because of debate. I met the representative of the Minister of External Relations. I never had plans of meeting him in my life. I don't know that I'll grow up in a village, eat my village food, and continue my life and die. That's what I'm doing. But now I'm seeing him. I spoke to him. Like he really advised me. Is that not a privilege? Because of debate, I stand here and see The senior sober who was sitting right there, a man who is gentle, kind, clean, and good-looking man. People like this are very rare to see. That's an opportunity. That is a very good opportunity. Maybe it's not an opportunity for you, maybe because you don't like opportunity, but I like opportunity. I've seen this video. It's an opportunity for me. Now, this takes me to my second point. It builds courage and talent. Let me tell you, before I started debating, I was very shy. I could not even talk before people. Yes. Like, if you want to talk to me, I'll just bend my head and yes, no, but and I'm done. But now, I can stand here and teach opposition what they need to know. Is that not important? Is it not God to me? That's because my school, CSDC, prioritize debate programs in our school. Is that a good reason for us to support this motion? I don't even know what they are saying. Like, they're just lying, actually. Yes, because what they are saying is not even true. What they are saying is not true, actually. This will take me to my third point, which says it increases IQ. Yes. Before I started debating, my IQ was 30. Very dull. Yes, me. My IQ was 30. But because of debate, because CSDC prioritized debate programs, what happened? I learned to search within me. I learned to look for answers within me. There's one great scientist who says everything you need lies in you. You just need to look for a road to locate these things. CSDC prioritizing debate programs helped me look for a road to locate every information you need. There is nothing that you put in front of me now. I don't have an idea about it. It's all inside here. I don't need to look for it. That's all. So how can you stand here and tell me we should not prioritize debate programs? Now I want to ask you a question because actually you are opposing something which is even wrong. You are just doing it for fancy. The first question is, I would like to ask opposition is, if debate programs were not prioritized in your school, why are you here now? What are you here? It's good for you to ask yourself that question. What am I doing here? Maybe you are just lost. Because if you actually know why and what you are doing here, you will see that the opposition is really doing here. Now, the second question I would like to ask them is, are they just lying? Or they just want to be? Are they just lying? No, please, people have to dig and give us facts. Now, she said something which was very wrong. Man, I was actually so startled. Yeah. But public speaking helps players. As a footballer, you must not public speak. Imagine you win awards like Ballon d'Or. How will you talk? How will you talk? When they ask you a question, what will you say? Will you say I did not public speak? You have to talk. What will you say? What will you say? At the end of every match, people who watch football, at the end of every match, you see players standing in front, they put things like this, and they're asking the question. Imagine they don't know how to public speak. Imagine they don't know how to talk. Imagine they don't have the courage. How would they even say a thing? What would they even say? Or they'll just rap there and leave the place and disgrace themselves. No, it is not. That's not the situation. So I would like to advise opposition, advise them that they should try to consider what they are saying here, because I think it's actually wrong here. So you should consider what they are saying. Yes. Now, according to the above logical, well-reasoned and good points stated above, I, Mwene Kira, stand with shoulders up as a Sajosconian to support the motion and saying that we will proudly lead this debate. Thank you.
Thank you very much to the second speaker from side opposition. We are going to call now our fourth debater, and of course the second speaker from side opposition, who has a lot to say. Yeah. What's your name?
My name is Manka Feb.
We are ready when you are.
I'm ready.
Your time starts now.
Good afternoon to everyone. Without wasting much of your time, let's go to why we are here this afternoon. This house will introduce nationwide debate programs in Cameroonian schools as a priority reform in 2026. To begin, I'd like to report some of the points the proposition have placed before us today. I would first of all like to start by answering your question, which stated to us as, if the debate programs are not prioritized in your school, why are you here today? I'd like to answer you by saying that the debate programs are not prioritized in our school. We chose to be here. The reason your parents sent you to school was not to attend debate programs. It's an opportunity that was given to you. Next, you talk about the fact that debate, first of all, you need to understand the motion, because the motion states that nationwide debate programs, and examples of nationwide debate programs are stated by the first speaker in my team at the World Schools Debate. The Cameroon School Debate is a national program, not nationwide. Also, you talk about leadership skills from the first speaker, that the debate programs presented by you and your government will help us to have leadership skills. I'd like to ask you, in a classroom, why do we delegate the class prefect? Is it everyone who is a class prefect in your class? I believe not. It is not everyone who goes to school with the aspiration of becoming a leader in the society. They are the underground workers, those who don't need to stand and portray themselves, and yet they are the ones who do the greatest impact in our society. You talk about prioritizing the nationwide debate programs will provide opportunities of employment, that someone will just watch a video of you speaking in public and you'll be employed. Let me tell you, you are very wrong. The only thing that will provide you with employment and keep your employment is your know-how. It's what you know how to do. It's not by speaking up and down. It's not by saying words. You also talk about the fact that you don't have plans for your life. You are a town visit, you are a village boy. Let me tell you, you're the only one, you're alone. You are using inductive reasoning. If you don't have plans for anything, tell me I have plans for my life. That is why my team members and I stand here this afternoon to oppose the motion that the House will introduce nationwide debate programs in Cameroon as a priority reform. If you did not listen when my first speaker was speaking, she definitely defined priority. What is priority? In simple terms, something that you consider more important than any other thing. And let me promise you, there is no government school, there is no private institution that has made a school to prioritize debate. You know also hear the framing of our debate. We are not standing here to say that debate programs are not important. No. We are standing here to say that yes, they are important. Yes, they can provide you with skills. But is that a priority in 2026? Let me read the motion for you again. This House will introduce nationwide debate programs in Cameroon schools as a priority reform when? 2026. Also, you talk about increase in IQ. Let me tell you that if debate is the reason why you can have everything, physics has also increased my IQ. Mathematics has increased my IQ. Other subjects has increased my IQ. Look at the people that are standing around you. Is it debate that increased their IQ?
Sure.
Rejected. This brings me to my first point. We state that debate should not be a priority. It should be secondary or even tertiary priority in our country. Why? What is the aim of a school? As earlier defined, a school is an institution which is based on sending out information to students. Here in Cameroon, I'd like to ask you, what are the national sustainability goals of Cameroon? In 2030, what are we promoting? What are we expecting? Are we expecting parrots? Are we expecting debaters who just know how to talk? Are we expecting people? By the way, you talk about the fact that what is the point? You said you will bring out solutions of nationwide problems at a young age. I can't see that point. Even without the debate in class 1, there are students with brains. If in your school there are no brains, let me tell you, pinnacle of success, there are brains. They bring out ideas with or without the debate. Our framing here, fellow judges, is not about the importance of nationwide debate programs. It's whether or not they are a priority in 2026. It brings me to my second reason, to my second point, which states that we are not against these programs, but we are instead emphasizing on bringing nationwide, not nationwide debate programs, nationwide research, scientific research program, nationwide technological engineering research program, nationwide entrepreneurial basis programs, nationwide creation and implementation of economically developing policies, which will build our country in 2030 accepted.
Don't you think the notion that you have debating across a young age will have all these notions combined and give it a combined knowledge?
Can you repeat your question?
Don't you think the notions you have debating at a young age going up to the time you're going enough, will have all those particular characteristics, combined knowledge?
Never. I assure you that if you want to test it, take your child now, remove the child from school, look for a debate school and start teaching that child debate from primary 1 to nursery 1 and bring and compare with us who have been studying physics, who have been studying science, who have been studying diplomatic knowledge and laws. You can never compare, you cannot have everything at once. Therefore, the opposition team and I stand against this motion. We are saying and we repeat again, we are not standing against the knowledge of debate or nationwide debate, but we are saying that it should not be prioritized in 2026. There are other priorities. Cameroon has to grow, Cameroon needs change, and that is what the proposition is proposing here today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think I can feel the heat climbing in the hall. Right away, we are going to invite the third speaker for side proposition to come and begin to close the case with them. Yeah, yeah? Yeah. Your name, please? And then we are ready when you are. The time starts.
Greeting dear panel of judges, greeting my fellow debaters of the proposition, and greeting the debaters of the opposition. I'm here to stand for the fact that debating programs in Cameroon should be prioritized as a reform in 2026. I'll first like to emphasize on some of the points my proposition speakers gave. My proposition speaker said debating programs will help to improve our skills. Yes, I'll say that's very true. It helps to improve our skills. Why? How does it? It helps to improve our public speaking skills. It helps to improve our critical thinking skills. It helps to improve our leadership skills. How I'll tell you that it helps to improve our leadership skills? Debating, as we taught, every debater is a public speaker. Let me tell you, true knowledge comes with language power. If you have the knowledge to create something, even if you have the knowledge to create something, I have the power of the language to expose it to the world, to make them convince the world of what you have taught and what you have created is true. Your knowledge will be useless. So you need these debating skills. I'll give you a real life example. Nobel Prize winners, or you talk about physics, Nobel Prize winners in physics, before they win a Nobel Prize, they do a public speaking presentation to convince all the whole world of science that what they say is true and actually help the world. That is a debating skill, let me tell you. To also impact more, that improve leadership skills, I'll tell you, yes, great leaders are being loved because of their debating skills, because of how they know how to talk. Barack Obama, for example. Barack Obama is very loved. Everybody is famous. Why? Because when he stands to speak, everybody bows. That is a debating skill. You learn that through debate. You don't learn that in class. It also helps you in real life scenario to communicate. A job interview, for example, you talk about debating doesn't help you. You should not be prioritized. A job interview example, imagine you having all that degree. For you to go to a job interview, what are you putting? You have to convince your employer that you are the best. And to convince them, all these are the teachers here in debate. If you have the knowledge, but you cannot convince them, you cannot talk, will they employ you? All of us know it's a lie, they will not employ you. I'll give a good life example of Pastor Lin, as my promotion speaker said. If Pastor Lin was not being debated, today the world would have been chaos. Oh yes. It also helps you to increase your IQ. Debating helps you to listen critically, to be a researcher, to research about many things. And when you are starting, like, your IQ will increase, to ask questions about the world. I'll give you a good example of a scientist, Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein debated and argued everything about science, about Maxwell equation. When he was opposite the teaching about Maxwell equation, the way he said, the best way you could understand is by asking, say, how does that work? When that was critical thinking, and it's being taught in debate, he has to say, how does that work? And because he has to say, how does that work, he has to research, to go back down, how Maxwell brought about equation, why is it true? That is debating skills. That's how Albert Einstein increased IQ. If you tell I'm like, go on YouTube and search it. That's how you increase IQ. To also bring more into my rebuttal, the opposition side, the first speaker said, if a young girl is growing up and she wants to write GC, she discovered that a prioritizing debating program, that will not answer the question in the GC. So we should not prioritize debate. I'll tell you that it's very wrong. You should prioritize it. Because even after she has become that doctor, you need public speaking skills. How you treat patient, how you communicate with the patient, the patient hide their sicknesses from you. If you don't have that critical thinking, if your IQ is not high, if you cannot speak well to convince that patient to tell you, you will not be able. Your knowledge will be useless in that case. That's why it causes unemployment, because your knowledge will be useless. And also spoke about the opposition side also spoke about if you take your child and put your child in debating school for that your child will not have the knowledge you have. I'll tell you countries that prioritize debate and now that doing well when I come on South Africa and Kenya. They prioritize debate highly. All of you know that is true. They prioritize debate highly. They are doing excellent well. More than can should continue. That's what the motion actually talk about. It should continue. Because when it will continue, it will help us. It will help us be critical thinking. Help us in critical thinking. I'll also put a real life example of lawyers. You say lawyers have debating skills because they argue for you to be able to win your case. So if not debating skills could not prioritize, that we will not have good lawyers. We will not have good lawyers. So it should be prioritized. And when it should be prioritized, it should be taught more at school. Does not mean that we should also learn other subjects. It's not the only thing that's being prioritized in school. School is to teach you not only book, it's to make you advance your IQ or advance your IQ to the world around you, make you a critical thinker, make you understand the world. So for the fact that it should be prioritized, means that they should not teach physics again in school. They should teach them. They prioritize it. We will not write exam on them, yes, but we will not write class exam on them. But this competition are doing is really an exam. It is helping you on IQ. So I don't know what they're saying. And he also said nobody will. They also said that nobody will watch you speaking and employ you. Nobody watch. Now here to conclude and say that this firmly stand for the fact that debate program should be prioritized to be formed as a reform in 2026. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sir.
Yeah.
Please do give us your name. We are ready when you are. The time starts in 3, 2, 1.
My name is Ngozem Awendi and I'm the third speaker opposition. And I stand firmly against the motion that this House will introduce nationwide debate programs in Cameroon schools as a priority reform in 2026. Introducing debate should never be a priority. Why do I say so? Pew Research Center has alarmed and proved that about 70% of people in Cameroon societies should be into schools, never debate. That is in their book where they should rather steal time to do debate than stealing time to do football. And Albert Einstein is equally proved that, as you said, he debated equations. He equally proved on other reasonings that a student should equally prioritize the book work rather than prioritizing debate outdoor activities.
Yeah.
An empty skull won't be able to generate knowledge. Just to let the government know that as a student, someone who goes to school, you should never rather steal time to carry out any other extracurricular activity like debate, rather steal time for your work. The opponent says it promotes public speaking. Yes, we agree. But why should you base yourselves on public speaking? Yes, but after public speaking, what next? Walk on the street and talk like a mad person? No. But rather, I would prefer you introduce the nationwide development program. Let's take Burkina Faso as an example. Did they use debate to grow in technology? No. Rather, they implemented technology as their priority and thus led them from nothing to something. that is from zero to hero. So standing here, I say instead of nation and worldwide debate programs, it's better we prioritize tech and nationwide development programs. You mentioned debate programs should be prioritized. Do you really think that prioritizing debate programs in our school is really the call to our education skills improvement? No. For example, in our school's operandum, as a student, you should never, even our principal is against it, you should never leave your book up for any other thing. You should know that if you are a student, in 100%, 2% in it